All right, welcome back. Week 8 of 2026 is in the books. And let me tell you, it completely shifted the power balance across women's sports. So today we're going to break down the massive breakthroughs on the track, the tactical masterclasses on the soccer pitch, and the endurance tests that are already defining this entire championship year.
And honestly, that quote says it all, right? The road to the 2026 championships is being built as we speak, week by week. You have to keep an eye on these little shifts because it's the only way you're going to see the whole picture come together. Okay, let's dive right in. And we're starting on the lightning-fast indoor tracks of Europe. Because what's happening there is, well, it's rewriting the rule book on what early season speed even means.
So here's the trend we're seeing. Athletes are hitting these peak performance levels in February, levels we usually don't see until May or June. The meets in Madrid and Rome, they weren't just warm-ups. No way. They were major statements, putting the entire world on notice for the outdoor season to come.
And look, this isn't just a feeling, we've got the proof. You've got the Dutch phenom Femke Bol, just continuing to blow our minds with what's possible in the 400 meters indoors. And then there's Switzerland's Audrey Werro, who is single-handedly making the 800 meters one of the must-watch events this year. It just proves the entire speed ceiling is rising for everyone.
So, this really brings up the big question, doesn't it? We're seeing these absolutely blistering indoor times, but how well does that actually translate when everyone moves outdoors onto the biggest stages? That is the question every single coach and analyst is asking right now.
Now, let's shift from that raw individual speed to team strategy and see how momentum is building on the soccer pitch. Because in the world's top leagues, it's not just about individual stars anymore. It's about brilliant tactics.
And you can see this perfectly in England's WSL, where you have these two totally different philosophies clashing. On one side, you have Chelsea. They've built this defensive fortress, where it's all about team unity and perfect sync. But on the other hand, you've got Arsenal, who stay right in the hunt thanks to the almost telepathic connection between Beth Mead and Stina Blackstenius. It's a classic battle, an elite defense against an elite attacking duo.
Meanwhile, you look across the Atlantic, and the tactical evolution in the NWSL is all about its young talent. Teams like the Portland Thorns and OL Reign are just leaning into their younger rosters, using that insane energy and fearlessness to keep pressure on all season. Seriously, if you're not watching these 18 and 19-year-olds, you are missing the future of the game.
But, momentum isn't just about speed or tactics. It's also about pure, gritty endurance and smart strategic positioning. And right now, you won't find a better example of that than in tennis and basketball. Let's talk tennis. The WTA 1000 in Dubai this week, that was not just another stop on the tour. It's become this essential springboard tournament. It's this grueling, brutal test on hard courts that basically tells us which players have put in the work and have the stamina for the upcoming Sunshine Double in the US.
And this chart, it shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that jump in tough 3-set matches from last year to this year in Dubai. It's a huge signal. Players are being pushed to their absolute limits way earlier in the season, and the ones who can survive these marathon matches, those are the ones you need to watch.
And that exact same battle for position, it is absolutely exploding in college basketball. As we get closer and closer to the big tournament in March, every single game matters, and these seeding wars are more intense than I think I've ever seen them.
So here's the lay of the land. You've got your Titans, South Carolina, Stanford, UConn, all making a strong case for a #1 seed. But you have got to keep an eye on teams like Iowa State and Marquette. They are the definition of bracket busters. And this isn't just an American thing. Over in Europe's EuroLeague, we're seeing this offensive explosion. The game is just getting faster and more aggressive everywhere.
Okay, so we've covered speed, tactics, and endurance. The common thread here is that everything seems to be peaking earlier this year. So now I want to give you a simple framework to track all these changes yourself so you can spot the next big shift before anyone else does.
This is something I like to call the momentum matrix. It's a super straightforward 3-step system you can use every single week to analyze pretty much any sport like you're a pro scout. Here's how it works. It's so simple. First, you identify the benchmark. What was the winning time or the final score? Just the basic facts. Second, you track the rotation. Did a new player get introduced, or did a team try out a new strategy? And third, you note the context. Was it a home game, an away game, on grass, or on a hard court? Asking these 3 simple questions every week will totally change how you watch sports, I promise.
So, Week 8 has given us all the data. The patterns are starting to emerge. From the tracks in Europe to the courts in Dubai,
The road to the 2026 championships is being laid out right in front of us. So the only question left is, which story are you going to follow?